Rufai Oseni and Abati argue on whether Tinubu's Forfeiture case was settled in 2023. Arise News anchors Abati and Oseni Rufai have disagreed over whether the controversy surrounding Tinubu's forfeiture of funds in the United States had been resolved by 2023. The disagreement reportedly arose during a discussion on the Arise News program, The Morning Show, as the two journalists examined renewed references to the long-running controversy surrounding Tinubu's past and the forfeiture of about $460,000 in the United States as far back as what time? Is it no more than 20 years or going to 30 years? And that kind of person I they praise. Of course, even the devil has fans, but it shows that we are shameless in this country. That is the kind of person some people are looking the other way. Some people will tell you that they have integrity, they are educated, and they are aligned this kind of a thing. Instead of them to talk on the main issue, they will be talking about how somebody is being a strategist who has been causing problem here and there. Well, the issue dates back to a 1990s investigation. That is how many years ago? It's still even no more than 30 years. In the US, involving accounts linked to Tinubu and a group of individuals investigated in connection with narcotics. Can you just imagine? And somebody will tell you that kind of person is a strategist. Narcotics trafficking. In 1993, US authorities obtained a court order allowing the forfeiture of funds held in several banks' accounts associated with Tinubu and others. The same thing they are doing to this guy, this lady, what is his name? This Aisha Ashibogu also. If somebody forfeiture something and they will tell you it is plea bargaining, what does that mean? Meaning that the person has committed that offense, but they are just giving the person a soft landing. But that does not erase the fact that the person did it or did not do it. And again, what these guys are arguing over is that they have, no matter how they want to tell us that they have, whether it has been settled or not, it has nothing to do with whether the person still has integrity or not. The matter resurfaced prominently during the 2023 presidential election, with Tinubu's political opponents repeatedly raising questions about the forfeiture and its implications for his eligibility to contest the presidency. Tinubu and his supporters have maintained that the forfeiture did not amount to a criminal conviction and that the money was forfeited in connection with a tax-related matter. Critics, however, have continued to argue that the circumstances surrounding the forfeiture warranted great scrutiny. During their latest exchange, Abati appeared to take the position that the issue had effectively been dealt with by the relevant legal and political processes before Tinubu assumed office in 2023. Make una dey play. Of course, you know what Abati stands for now. It's always meandering. Rufai, however, questioned that interpretation, suggesting that the controversy could not simply be regarded as closed merely because Tinubu had won the 2023 presidential election and subsequently legal challenges had been determined. Tinubu's 2023 presidential election victory was challenged by Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. The presidential Election Petition Tribunal dismissed the petitions, while the Supreme Court subsequently upheld Tinubu's election victory. This only can be settled in the US, not in Nigeria, because we know what happens. Because normally we can see a lot of people who committed offense in diaspora abroad. They will serve their jail term, they will come back to Nigeria, which they are supposed to continue, but the Nigerian government will look the other way. A case study with James Ibori. However, the legal battles around the election and separate controversies relating to Tinubu's background have continued to feature prominently in political discussions. So Rufai is stupid enough that USA will take only $400,000 from a $2 million account if they have any criminal case against the account. Issue that happens at 3 years ago, and Tinubu spent 20 years of that years in public service, and you are still dragging him. That's to tell you it has not been resolved, because we know how things work in Nigeria. You see all those data boys coming out, all those who are still learning to become somebody like this, because Nigeria is a free fall for all this nonsense. The matter was not settled in 2023 petition. Supreme Court only said that because articles didn't bring the forfeiture records on time to the appeal court, which is the trial court, that Supreme Court cannot admit the documents and attach any probate value on it. Abati is fond of defending the ease of these corrupt governments. Of course, we know that now. No be lie.